Shalom, boys and girls. Shalom means hello and goodbye in Hebrew. And this is a book about Little Mouse and her friends by Dugald Steer. In Hebrew, we say Haverim for friends. So this is about Little Mouse and her friends, Haverim. Here we are. Here's Little Mouse. Now, in this book, there'll be some of it will talk about her grandma and her grandpa. And in Hebrew, we say Saba for grandpa and Savta for grandma. So here's some new words to learn. Are you ready for the story? Okay. Little Mouse loved staying with grandma and grandpa. They were always so kind to her, and every day she spent with them was full of wonderful surprises. Sometimes when Little Mouse went out into the yard, Grandpa would surprise her with some tasty treats from his vegetable patch. Sometimes he would play ball with her in the yard. When Little Mouse went into the kitchen, Grandma might surprise her with a tray of delicious cookies or perhaps a lovely cake she had baked specially. And every evening, Grandma was sure to read Little Mouse an extra special bedtime story. Of course, Little Mouse always remembered to say thank you, but Grandma and Grandpa were so very kind to her that just saying thank you didn't always seem to be enough. Each day, Little Mouse would go for a walk, and as the summer drew on and turned to fall, she noticed how the vegetables were ripening in Grandpa's patch, and how all the nuts and fruits were ripening in the fields and trees. She could see the woodland animals going here and there, collecting the fruits and nuts, and it gave her an idea. She's thinking. So Little Mouse borrowed a wicker basket and set off along the woodland path. Soon she came across Little Squirrel, who had been harvesting hazelnuts. "If I help you carry these hazelnuts home, will you let me have some?" said Little Mouse. "Of course," said Little Squirrel, and Little Mouse helped Little Squirrel carry his hazelnuts all the way back home. Then Little Mouse met Little Rabbit, who was looking lost under an apple tree. "Can you help me, Little Mouse?" said Little Rabbit. "I found all these apples, but I've lost my way home." "Of course I will help," said Little Mouse. And when they got to Little Rabbit's house, Little Rabbit was so happy that she gave some of her apples to Little Mouse. Next, Little Mouse came across Little Sparrow, who was sitting in the middle of a blackberry bush. "Could I have a few of your blackberries?" asked Little Mouse. "Certainly," said Little Sparrow, "but this bush is very thorny and I seem to be stuck. Can you help me find a way out?" So Little Mouse helped Little Sparrow get out of the middle of the thorny bush, and Little Sparrow let her have some blackberries and even 2 late strawberries that she had found. On the way home, Little Mouse heard a grumbling sound. It was coming from Little Bear, who was sitting under a plum tree looking sorry for himself. "Can you help me, Little Mouse?" he said. "I have a thorn stuck in my paw." "Of course," said Little Mouse. and with her tiny teeth, Little Mouse had soon taken out the thorn. Little Bear was so grateful that he gave Little Mouse some cherries and some plums. Then Little Mouse's basket was full, so she went back to Grandma's and Grandpa's house and hid everything in her basket out of sight. Wonder what she's gonna do. The next day, Grandma and Grandpa went for a walk. They wondered why Little Mouse didn't want to come with them, but when they arrived home again, they figured out why. There was a big sign outside of the garden gate that read, Little Mouse's Thank You Party. There it is. There's the sign. Little Mouse's Thank You Party. Wow, a thank you party. And inside, there was Little Mouse with all her animal friends and the most wonderful spread of fruits and nuts you could imagine. It's a special party to say thank you for all the nice things you do for me, said Little Mouse proudly. Grandma and Grandpa, Saba and Savta, laughed and they each gave Little Mouse a great big kiss on the cheek. Why did you do that? Asked Little Mouse. To say thank you, Little Mouse. Of course, they chuckled, and everyone cheered. Do you remember to say thank you? In Hebrew, we say Todah Rabbah. Thank you very much. I hope you had a really lovely day, or will have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Shalom Haverim, Shalom Haverim, Shalom, Shalom, Lahit Raot, Lahit Raot, Shalom, Shalom. I just said goodbye until I see you again. Shalom. Have a good night. Have a good day. Bye.